What's going on, man? This is Al, the technician, also known as Raw Heavy Duty. About to cab over this truck, and I have a steering cylinder that needs to be replaced. So let's get to it. So, man, we're going to walk around to the other side, and then there's a leaking steering cylinder that needs to be replaced. There's the power steering fluid on the floor right there. So we're going to go ahead and jump to it. Pretty simple, 2 bolts that's holding it in. So let's do it. All right, man, we're going to go ahead and get these mats. We're going to lay it down on the area that we're going to be replacing the cylinder, so that way if we make a mess, it'll be easy to clean up. Now we're going to go ahead to my snap-on box and grab the tools that we need to get this job done. First, man, we're going to start with my impact, Macro, of course. And next, we're going to go ahead and grab my sockets. And then next, we're going to go ahead and grab my pliers. So let's get to it. All right, so now that we got the tool that we need, we're going to go ahead and use the pliers to knock out that cotter pin. Sometimes they can be a little tricky, sometimes it won't come out, but once you get the tugging, the tapping, then it'll finally come out like it should. So once we do that, let's remove the cotter pin. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get our snips, cut the zip ties so that way we can get to the power steering hoses to the cylinder. All right, so now that we removed those zip ties, we're going to go ahead and remove the power steering line from the cylinder. Remember, guys, lefty loosey. All right, guys, and now we're going to move on to the next power steering line that's on the cylinder. Once the line is removed, we're going to go ahead and drain the power steering fluid like so. All right, next we're going to go ahead and put that 1.5" socket onto that castle nut and use our impact to go ahead and remove the nut. Once removed, you will remove the other bolt that's on the opposite side of the cylinder as well. All right, so now that we have taken the nut off that bolt, we're going to remove the bolt from the cylinder, and then on the other side, we're going to remove the castle nut as well, now that it's loosened from that impact that we used earlier, and the cylinder should fall out of place. And of course, if it don't, just give it a little tap like so. All right, so now that we got the new cylinder, we can go ahead and install it from the ball joint side. First, put the castle nut on there, and then we're going to go ahead and remove the caps that's on the fitting so that way we can extend the steering cylinder. Once steering cylinder is extended, we're going to go ahead and bolt it down and have it secured. Once again, we're going to go ahead and use that 1.5" socket with the wrench and get straight to it. And now for the castle nut as well. Now we can go ahead and install the power steering lines. And the final step is to get a new cotter pin to install into the castle nut. You want to make sure that you grab that because that acts as a safety precaution if the nut backs off. And of course, make sure that the hole is aligned so that the cotter pin can slide in smoothly. And here is the new steering cylinder. Make sure to also to add the power steering fluid as well. I did add it to it, but I just didn't show it in the clip.